So for 3.26, I'm going to be starting Flicker Strike. I ended up choosing Flicker Strike just because it's been a couple years since I've played it, and it's satisfying to watch and actually play it while you're mapping, and basically I want to do that. Plus, as long as you're actually strong enough for the content, or while you're mapping, you can basically just zone out and throw on a stream, video, movie, or show, and it shouldn't be a big deal. You shouldn't get, it shouldn't impact how you're playing too much. Now, the clip in the background is actually an old character I made about 7 to 8 years ago when Onigoroshi first came out. And even just testing out this old, janky, inefficiently set up character today, it still felt fun to play. So I'm hoping that, once we have an actual proper build setup in the 3.26 league, it'll just be that much more fun. Now, MageFist already has his own video out on this, and I'm just gonna be following it blind, right? It's been too long since I've played Flicker Strike for me to comment on how the build should be built. So I'm just gonna follow his video blind, and the only real thing I might do that's different is transition to champion much later on once I have the items for it. Nowadays, I feel like I don't have as much time as I used to, so I try to be more sort of efficient with it. One way that I'm being more efficient with it, at least POE wise, is this little spreadsheet I made. The goal of the spreadsheet is two things basically. One, it should help me get to maps faster, and the other thing is that it should help me avoid alt-tabbing between various different resources. So what I've done here is basically taken Havoc's duelist leveling guide, taken screenshots of it, and just put it in its own little sheet for each act that it actually applies to. That way I'm not sort of scrolling up and down, referencing the top half where it says what gems to buy at each level or each act, and then at the bottom where it says your weapon progression, or this is your passive tree, and all these things being at sort of like different areas. Now I have it in one spot, and I have it set up like this for every single act. In the later acts, when you don't need that much, there isn't your build sort of set up already. There's not that many changes. I have it sort of sectioned together where Act 4 to 6 is one sheet, and then Act 7 to 10 is another sheet. So hopefully this gets me through the acts that much faster. And then I have a little checklist here at the end for actually switching to Flicker Strike. I have little searches already set up for it, and once the league actually comes out, I'll update this to the name of the league, and then that way these should also all update, and I can just open up those exact item searches using those. So once again, none of this is information that I'm providing myself. It's all basically copy pasted from either Havoc's actual guide here or MageFist's build guides here. So this is his 3.25, part 1, part 2, part 3 of how he actually started out in the league and then transitioned to higher and higher budget versions, higher and higher value versions of the build. And then his 3.26 video. And here we have, so this is actually, I'm not going to open it up here, but it's sort of like a layout guide to various zones while you're leveling up, on how to progress through the zone in an efficient manner. Somebody made it on Reddit from Engineering Eternity, so I just have the link to it if anyone wants to sort of go there. It may or may not be helpful. It's there. I'm just going to add more and more sort of links that are useful here, and I'll be working on this document as time goes on, adding as much as I can before the actual league start, and I might be editing it even after the league start. Now, so you can find this or the link to the spreadsheet down in the description. If there's any feedback, any things you would like me to add, or any improvements to keep in mind for the future, let me know and I'll make the changes accordingly. Remember, the goal for this document it's something to have there, so you don't have to alt tab between like 10 different things. And ultimately the goal is just to get you set up with your Flicker Strike that much faster.